Hey guys, sorry I haven't been doing any reviews for a while. Right now my life is in turmoil. I suppose you've heard about the acceptance of my book manuscripts and also the council causing a lot of disruption at my place along with the neighbours. I tried to do reviews at my regular, but there's too many kids around, the dinosaur exhibit in Leeds, and they just get really noisy. I got a parcel last week from Amazon, as requested by one of my viewers. Came in good timing. I know what you're going to say. Why isn't it wrapped up? Why don't I get ripped into it? Well, it's because when it arrived, a pretty young lass at the bar, she asked if she could have a peek at it. And I could not resist. It's one of the latest ones here. And that's a fancy box. So, why don't I get on with the review? I mean, I'm just getting so used to retrieving the raptor claw. Oh, you definitely want to keep that box. Usual pamphlet. Oh, wow. It's bigger than the actual model, that. Prelude of what you're about to see. Look at the size of that. Thank you for taking care of Jeff the Kronosaurus. Couldn't they have given him a better name, like Brutus or something? Look at that skull there. Yeah, this is really impressive. Oh wow, wow, wow! Look at that. Look at the coloration here. Amazing. That is nice. That's a great angle. All right. Four flippers. It includes two stands, but it's not like one of them blue-based stands that I got with the Liopleurodon and from the Mosasaurus. It's a bit more a cynical stand, this. I'm delighted to present to you the sixth marine reptile in my collection, the Kronosaurus, named after Kronos, the Titan, Kronos lizard, and this was a harvester of the oceans. Kronosaurus lived in the early Cretaceous around 120 million years ago. Its remains were found in Australia, in the Queensland area, and Colombia. Those areas were dominated by shallow seas. Specimens had originally been given an estimated length of 12 meters, but this has been due to reconstructions adding one too many vertebrae. But a more accurate guess of 9 to 10 meters has been accepted. Still, this was a leviathan, bigger than a killer whale. A few months ago, I asked PNSO if they would consider making a Liopleurodon or a pliosaurus, particularly Predator X, but in the end, we got Kronosaurus, and I'm not complaining.
And why not?
Kronosaurus belonged to a subcategory, believe it or not, of the plesiosaurs. It was a pliosaur. Now here I have the Collectae elasmosaurus for well, I wouldn't say scale comparison, but at the same time, there were plesiosaurs of this size living alongside Kronosaurus. Yeah, these were actually related. Plesiosaurs and pliosaurs started off the same way in the early Jurassic from land-based relatives. Both had these crocodilian-like skulls. They both have 4 flippers and short tails. It was around the around the early mid-Jurassic where they began to branch off. Plesiosaurs would go on to develop longer necks, while the pliosaurs begin to develop more larger heads, and in turn to accommodate that, the skull, the neck would become more compacted, more robust. And also, well, the body plans are similar. Pliosaurs had longer rear flippers. It's been agreed that plesiosaurs, especially the earlier versions, the ones with shorter necks like Cryptoclydus and alike, were quite hydrodynamic, more maneuverable. While the pliosaurs, though, despite getting larger over time, were actually more faster, pursuit predators, ones that would have to rely on ambush, though, because these bodies got large. Even though they started off around the same size as earlier plesiosaurs, they would get large. And I do mean large. Kronosaurus is one of the best known examples of these advanced pliosaur forms. You look at that neck, it's practically non-existent. It's like a whale. It's like really reached like a evolutionary dead end. Although this kind of group would continue to evolve up until around the mid-late Cretaceous, when there was like a great die-off. And they would be usurped by mosasaurs. Right, let's take a look at this model, starting from the head. That head is absolutely massive. It's about nearly a third of the body size. It's nearly 3 meters long. Look at that mouth. The detail there. Ow. Children do not play around with this. Look at these long, tusk-like interlocking teeth. This eye here, like a crocodile kind of green. Look at the above section, triangular like a crocodile's, but a bit more tapered. Now, look at these openings here. That's where these were attachment points for the jaws. Kronosaurs had a open shut jaw motion like a crocodile, except much, much stronger. Now, Kronosaurus is estimated to have a bite force of about 30,000 newtons, which is like 3 times stronger than that of a T-Rex. Kronosaurus had plenty of prey in its habitat. These would be plesiosaurs, ichthyosaurs, even smaller pliosaurs. And yes, these jaws would make short work of ammonites. Easy. Jeff here is perfectly counter-shaded. Nice and bold, black, with a white underside. Very killer whale like that. And look, shows the pink there to hint the cloaca. I like the underside design, especially these markings here and the white lips. But if I was painting this right, I would maybe add a few more speckles of white along the back. Kind of like the Walking with Dinosaurs Liopleurodon I used growing up. These flippers. Now, this is curious. Their patterning is asymmetrical. I don't know why. Is it a bad paint job? But other than that, the counter shading is perfectly fine. Let's look at the tail. Yep, it's got a fluke. Although it's positioned horizontally, sort of like a whale, whereas the Elasmosaurus had it set vertically. I don't know. Might have been a different case for pliosaurs, especially the large ones. Yeah, decided to just put him in this pose, make it look like he's just taken a gulp of air and gone down diving. The default position of this, well, the stance is good enough as it is, but I prefer to just use one stand. Make it like he's swimming up there, ready to go in for prey. Okay, scaling up with Ron the Mosasaurus. That is actually, that is really nice, that. Let's see, with the tail curved down, so that would put Jeff here about 9 meters, or maybe less. So that would make Ron, in this case, something like 14 meters. No, this is one of the best scalations. Two of the best models I purchased. I've explained in my video with Ron the complexities of his jaw mechanics. Whereas with Jeff here, it was more simple, but the power was immense. They found fossils of plesiosaurs with bite marks from pliosaurs, and the amount of violence involved to dispatch prey was absolutely brutal. These prey were pulverized, they were like ripped apart, they were just completely shredded. Good thing they're not around. I mean, you wouldn't want to be around on a boat. These things, right, would just probably like come up, they'd knock the boat. And I'm not talking like Jaws style. No. These guys, right, they would have Jaws for breakfast. It's all about the head. With pliosaurs, you're looking at the head, whereas with plesiosaurs, you're more ingrained on the long neck and the flippers. No, with the model, it's the head. This is one of the best head designs I've seen. Alright, just gonna put him here. That's a nice centerpiece, that. Looking good. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope that was okay for you. Now, I don't know when I'm going to be able to, you know, do another upload. I mean, I know PNSO have released a few new models. A shipment didn't come in from Everything Dinosaur, but even if it did, I wouldn't be able to afford it given the circumstances. I mean, if you listen to me, like, you know, say Kronosaurus, I don't intentionally say Kronosaurus. I mean, I think it's appropriate during these, you know, ridiculous times. What are you going to do next? Make my specimens wear masks? Hope not. I bet YouTube cancels me again for medical misinformation.
Look at that! What an absolute disgrace!
Do not conform to that. Anyway, got stuff to do. You lot, have a good day.